Hello, I'm Corey Martin, and I'm a student currently at the VCC School of Instructor Education. What I'd like to do is give you a quick overview of my feedback instrument that I created as part of my Professional Practices PIDP course 3260. I'd like to take a moment to show you how my feedback instrument works, and I will follow up with providing a rationale of why I thought this was a good feedback instrument. So here's my feedback instrument, which I have called TAP, which stands for Training Appraisal Poll. This poll is a quick survey where my classes will complete the survey at the end of each week of their training. I've used a simple form of questioning with selectable answers, and I've tried to use language that my students can identify with. A survey like this is great because it provides me an opportunity to analyze the data that my students are sending back to me. Part of the beauty of this is as surveys are filled out, they're registered on my management page of my blog. So I can go in and look at individual surveys and what type of feedback I collected from each individual student. A further benefit is that I can choose to export these surveys in one CSV file and use that information in an Excel spreadsheet to further analyze the data. Using Excel and the data that I've brought in, I've created pivot sheets that create an output and a graphical representation of what was filled out for the survey for each individual class. As my classes complete these surveys at the end of each week, I get a summative assessment that is represented visually to me on how satisfied, the level of comprehension, the level of motivation, and the level of engagement that my students experienced. Furthermore, as my students work through their 6-month training program, I'll get a week-by-week updated view of their formative assessment, where I can see graphically how satisfied the class is, what their levels of comprehension are, what their levels of motivation are, and how engaged they are. And this is my formative running assessment. When using surveys like this, some of our best practices are to use simple language, to be consistent, update your questions regularly, and try to make the survey inviting. The pros of using a survey like this are that it's very quick for students to fill out. It takes no time away from classroom lessons. It's very, very easy. It provides me very quick insights to areas where I may need to focus my further efforts. It also can give me some insight into where I may need to adjust my delivery of curriculum. Surveys like these also have some cons. They do require some work to set up. They need regular maintenance. And since it's anonymous, students may not always be 100% honest with the feedback they provide. And finally, to summarize, I tested this feedback instrument on a group of 16 students over the course of 4 training weeks. And over the course of those 4 weeks, I received 100% participation. Upon further analysis of the feedback I received, I found that the data, when represented visually, provided me very, very good insight on how to further adjust my delivery style. That concludes my overview of my feedback instrument digital project. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Corey Martin, and I'm currently a student at the VCC School of Instructor Education.